Alright, Treasury Financial Manual, Volume 2, Part 4, Chapter 4000. Chapter 4000, Treasury Check Reclamation. Proceed with the chapter prescribed with the procedure of the Department of Treasury Check Reclamations. Section 4010, authority under Section 15, Federal Reserve Act, December 23, 1913, is amended. Title 12, U.S. Code 391. Section 10, Federal Reserve Act of June 11, 1942, is amended. Title 12, United States Code 265. Secretary of Treasury set forth regulation. Federal Reserve Banks is government depository. Official agents of the Treasury determine the check that has been paid over the forged, unauthorized endorsement. Commissioner, Bureau of Service, and Official Services may reclaim the amount of the check presenting the bank any other endorsement breach for the guarantee and endorsement. Section 415, definition. Purpose of the chapter determines the definition. Follow the abandonment of the notice of the bank's banning the notice of the bank's note of the financial institution notifying that they no longer will refund. Check reclamation. Check reclamation is demand financial institute refund amount with the improperly negotiated, authorized the U.S. Department of Treasury check payment, collection, inventory, repository, collection, information repository, Bureau Official Services, collection reporting tools to provide a deposit and reporting detailed collection transaction, federal agencies. Direct debit is processed automatically debit to the financial institution, Federal Reserve master account with the full amount with the reclamation, 31 calendar days provided with the financial institution has not submitted a protest, has not reclaimed, not paid reclamation, authorized before 30 calendar days for the reclamation day. Direct voucher submission system which supports business lines of delivery of the credit voucher, the debit voucher, information collection, information repository, payment information repository, voucher information facility, reconciliation, book cash voucher, bank cash view, Treasury general account, discharge, debit is of the debt federal entity determined no longer will further collection of the official service of reclamation branch, discharge of the debt in full or part of the prohibits of further collection of any action of the debt, discharge thereof. Enterprising account, easy enterprising accounting system is a centralized accounting system used by the Federal Reserve Bank office for the process of accounting debts and credits against the financial institution. Federal Reserve Master Account, BIVA, automated interface with annual data entry. Federal Reserve Bank, or FRB, National System, Federal Reserve Bank, process electronic payments, Fed wire transfer, automatic clearinghouse, check with the handle, federal government deposits, various federal reporting functions, supervised by regulates federal charter of the financial institution, Federal Reserve Bank, serve the federal government official agents. These Federal Reserve System consists of 12 district seats served by the Federal Reserve Bank, overseen by the Board of Governors, served as National Central Bank. Fed mail is an application for the receipt of the large file of the distribution Viva that can connect direct with the fax financial institution, depending on how the financial institution prefers to receive its information. Present banking is the present bank of the financial institution presents checks directly to and receive provisional credits from the FRB to effect payments. Reclamation ticket number is a 7-digit number that appears with the note of the direct debit. U.S. Treasury check reclamation. Standard form 215 depository ticket credit voucher. Standard form 215 depository ticket is a document with associated with a 6-digit number used to deposit agency location within the Treasury general account. Standard form 5515 debit voucher. Standard form 5515 debit voucher accounting documentation is making adjustments to the amounts previously deposited with the standard form 5515. You record debit transaction to allow you to the location code with the Treasury general account. Treasury check information system, or TCIS system of the records of the reconciled worldwide issuance and payments of the U.S. Department of Treasury checks. It also allows end users to query PACER online automated clearinghouse payments exemption activity. For more information, check the Treasury check information system website. Treasury receivable accountable collections or tracks. Treasury receivable accountable collection system as a debt recovery accounting system generates all accounting, financial report, and debt billing collection activity associated with U.S. Treasury check claims process. Or Section 4020, notice of the direct debit of the U.S. Treasury check reclamation. Notice of the direct debit, the Treasury check reclamation include the amount due for the reasonable reclamation, the direct debit of the pertinent check locator or information, the procedure for making payment, related to laws, regulation, government reclamation process. 402020, summary of the debt statement, consists of the shared the detailed list of the outstanding reclamation associated information acceptable to the official serve of the collection regulation explanation columns. Summary of the debt statement include the following: 4-digit check, some of the 8-digit check, serial number, pay name, reclamation date, requisite ticket number, amount of the principal, total amount due. 40, 20, 30, abandonment with the notice of bank officials to determine the financial entity no longer payable to the reclamation officials of the enters abandonment into tracks where a track sends the electronic abandonment to the notice of the Federal Reserve Bank to notify the financial entity if no longer we owe the refund. Section 4025, Treasury check reclamation profit. The 402510 profit notice direct debit the U.S. Treasury check reclamation. If officials serve to determine the check that has been improperly negotiated to transmit the notice of the direct debit the U.S. Treasury check reclamation from the Federal Reserve Fed mails to the appropriate financial institution. 402520, President Bank payments procedures. President Bank have 30 days of the day with the notice of the debt with the direct debit the U.S. Treasury check claiming they should pay the full amount of the recommendation of the Federal Reserve master account automatically debited. However, the financial institute preserves the 30 days of the day with the notice of the direct debt of the U.S. Treasury check reclamation. The direct debt will not occur if the President Bank will enter for the protest after the direct debit is occurred if the protest is sustained. The official serve the peripheral fund President Bank amount reclamation. 402530, Federal Reserve Bank processing debit authorization daily. After authorization payment, the President Bank of the Federal Reserve prepares batches. Authorization payment is post-authorization tracks. For the authorized payment to be included with the debit, the authorization purpose of check reclamation, and for the processing day, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, tracks collect for the authorization post account with tracks within tracks and send to the authorization Federal Reserve Board to the posted easy or the debit vouchers submission to the collection information repository. Officials for the connections of the collection information repository view all debit credit vouchers actively associated with the collections. Contacts Department of Treasury, Bureau Official Services, National Payment Integrity Resolution Center, Customer Service Branch, Bensalem, Pennsylvania. That is Chapter 4000, Treasury Checks Reclamation, Part 4, Volume 2.